Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A, where I answer sporting questions from the chat, and it is Europa League time, people. Europa League, obviously the Champions League games over the past couple of days with Arsenal beating up Real Madrid, Villa losing yesterday to PSG, Barcelona absolutely stomping through Borussia Dortmund and Inter Milan with a narrow win over Bayern Munich in Germany. So any questions you have on the Champions League, that's absolutely fine. And Manchester United face LYON in the Europa League. So United in European action versus LYON. And of course, Spurs take on Frankfurt as well. But this show is all about the lovely citizens in the city of sarcasm. So get your questions in. Get your sporting questions in. If you're a member of the channel, your question takes priority like a super chat. And of course, if you're kind enough to super chat, I will also get to your question. Link for the membership is in the pinned comment as well, people. But make sure you run up the likes on the video. So important you do that. Hit that like button on the video. Make sure you share this out across all the socials as well. At That's Me Flawless, at Sarcasm City TV across all socials. And on top of those two things, make sure you subscribe to the channel, Sarcasm City TV. Hit the notification bell when you do so, people. Make sure you do so. Shout out to Warrior J in the chat. As always, he's been kind enough to drop some comments in the chat as well. What are these comments? Who is this? Who's this? Oh, so this is Amarim. Who else have we got here? Amarim been talking. Jesus, Dallo, Morgan Rogers, Jesus, Kvaratskhelia, Unai Emery. Jesus, a lot is going on. A hell of a lot is going on. Please, again, though, run up the likes on the video. So important you do that, whether you're watching this live right now on the YouTube or watching this back after. Make sure you share this out across all the socials. That's Me Flawless at Sarcasm City TV across all socials as well. And on top of those two things, make sure you subscribe to the channel, Sarcasm City TV, road to 15K. Yeah, Warrior J. I thought legit you made this up. I was looking at this. I was like, yo, was Warrior J made this up? Like, what is going on? What is happening? What in the world is happening? But all right, let's get to it. Let's get to it. Amarim on if Kobe Mano is fit to start tomorrow. In this moment, we have to be careful with Kobe. He had some games out, so we have to be careful with his fitness, but we are really happy. So that means he's probably going to play some part. Let me just start there with Mano. Mano being back is key. He improves Manchester United's chances of winning this competition so much. And people might hear that and think I'm confident. No, it just means that it doubles our chances. But if you're doubling your chances from 5% to 10%, that sounds great. That sounds fantastic. That sounds phenomenal. But it's still, if you add Mano back in this team, he gives us some X factor. He gives us something else going forward. Let's see what else. So yeah, Amarim, this is on Delit. If Delit has a problem in his foot, we are trying to assess. We still don't have data on when he can return. That's not good because that means this manager's foolish enough to play Maguire. And we know how Maguire just causes issues. It's like, yo, stop playing Maguire. Like, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Why do you continue to play Maguire? Amarim on Mano. With Kobe, we see a lot of talent, and the way I see it, I see some things he needs to improve. The pace during the game, in the build-up, he needs to improve, but there, the box, he's really good. I see Mano not as a full player in the moment because he's 19. Yeah, the thing is, he just said it there. He struggles with the pace of the game. In the build-up, he needs to improve, but near the box, he's really good. So you're saying he struggles with the pace of the game. In the build-up, he needs to improve, but in the box, he's really good. So play him near the box. Why not play him in the 10, where he's near the box, where the pace of the game is not going to affect him as much, and he doesn't have to be in the build-up? But his managers played him in the 6 and played him in the 8. And this is what annoys me about Amarim, is he'll say things like this, which I 110% agree with. He is 110% spot on with this. But then he'll play him in the 6 or play him in the 8. Make it make sense. What kind of foolishness is that? Make it make God that. What is going on? What is happening? I don't know. What is going on? What is happening? Dallo, I would say I started to become more obsessed with being available. That's the first step to being able to play. Due to some problems in the first few seasons here in United, I had this switch of mind a bit in terms of being available physically. One thing about Dallo, he's been available. He rarely gets injured. This is Amarim and Maino playing in the midfield too. He can play there. In England, sometimes they play with 3 defenders. It was more or less the same position. We need to find him like Casemiro. He's playing better because we're understanding his game. How don't you understand his game when you've literally just laid out the blueprint of what it is? He's better than the box. Play him in the 10. Everything about Maino screams final third player. Even though he's good enough technically to play in the middle third and the defensive third, play him where he's best, which is as a left-sided 10 or a right-sided 10. Personally, I prefer him as a left-sided 10. But, and like I said, this manager's foolish enough to bring him back, and then he plays as a 6 or 8. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Amarim on Lyon's attack. If you look at just that department, it's quite simple. Look at Lyon. They're stronger, faster, and bigger than Sociedad. They play different football since Paulo Fonseca came in. They are winning more games. Scoring more goals, a strong team physically, but they have a style that's based on possession. That's probably right. Having not watched Lyon, but what I've heard about him, I expect them to be better than Sociedad. I expect them to attack better. I expect them, they're a league on side, so I automatically expect them to be PMP. Yeah, De Ligt's injured death intervals. The intervals in the chat. Yeah, I think he is. Yo, there's so many comments from this guy. Amarim, sometimes you make lots of runs with Rasmus and Xerxes, but against this team, Lyon, it'll be harder. So he's saying they got pace and power over us, which is a problem. At this stage, we have to be ready. We have to be ready for this game. And tomorrow, if we're sharp in our minds, we can make a very good game. See, this is what Delo should have said. I mean, this is what Onana should have said when asked about Lyon. None of this, we're the much better side and rare terror and all this foolishness. Why? Shut up. No, needless. Absolutely needless. I need to be saying anything. What is going on? What is happening? Morgan Rogers, they're a really good team and have also, this is Rogers on PSG. They're a really good team and have stars all over the place. It's difficult when you have to defend so much and battle. We did it in the end, but it was quality from them and maybe some mistakes from us. In Aston Villa's defense, it was 2 pieces of magic for those first 2 goals. Can't really do too much. We knew it would be difficult and knew how deadly they are. We didn't want to just come here and be spectators. Obviously, the scoreline is not in our favor, but we've got another game and we'll try and turn it around. We're in here for a reason. We're not just here to compete. We want to keep fighting. And normally, we have the quality to compete with any team in the world. There's loads of belief in the changing room. We have nothing to lose. Nobody thought we'd win the tie in the first place. Why not just go for it? We've definitely got the quality to turn things around. It's not done yet. I think it's at 2-1. I thought Villa would go through. That third goal killed it to me. Because I had Villa initially going through. I thought they'd go out there and get the draw. I expected them to be much better on the counter-attack, and they were not. 2 pieces of magic, like I mentioned, from PSG. But at 2-1, I still had the tie in their favor. 3-1, I think that's too far. 3-1. With Kvaratskhelia, with Desiree Doué, with those 2 in the front 3, which means you only have one of Dembele or Barcola out there. I think they got too much. Kvaratskhelia says, it was a difficult side. We are happy with the result, but we have to keep going as there is a second game and the job is not finished. This will be a difficult game. We will see what is happening there. You see what Delo said? You see what Morgan Rogers has said? You see what Kvaratskhelia has said? That's all man had to do, you know. That's all Onana had to do, which I'll get back to. But just give the generic, general responses, and it would have been fine. Unai Emery, it's not changing a lot. Third goal, because at 2-1, we were thinking for the next match playing to win. At 3-1, it is the same. We need to win the next match. I believe Villa Park is at home. Hopefully, we can feel stronger. The last goal is a little bit disappointing because it was in the last minute, but it doesn't change our mind, our belief, or our idea. We have to win the next match. We are very proud of everyone supporting Aston Villa in the way we are doing. All the supporters, those that were there in 1982, and younger supporters too, we are trying to get our best. We will force the match better next week. Fez. Let's see what you're saying. Warrior J says, Champions League question. Which Champions League goal did you like the most this week? And do you think Villa, Madrid, or Bayern have a slight chance for a comeback? Of all the goals I've seen, I've not actually seen all the goals. I've only seen the goals in the games I watched because I was just still so disgusted by Arsenal winning. Still pissed me off. So out of the goals I've seen, Kvaratskhelia. The Desiree Doué goal was banging. The 2 Declan Rice free kicks, absolutely banging as well. And those goals I just mentioned, quality. That Kvaratskhelia strike. And the skill before it as well. And here's why I like that goal the most. He can only score there. There's nowhere else. Like Desiree Doué, even though it's a quality strike, has more of the goal to hit. Same way with Declan Rice, 2 quality free kicks, but there's more of the goal to hit. And I'm not taking any of them away from it, but that Kvaratskhelia strike, he can literally only score there. If that goes anywhere else, Martinez saves it or it goes wide. Quality. To crash that near, because normally when a keeper gets beat at his near post, you go, keeper fault. Martinez is not a fault there. Sometimes you just have to take your hat off and go, hey, you know what? Quality. Sometimes you have to do that and just say, just give the opposition quality. Maybe you could say the Sassy should do better, but still, it's the outside from that situation. You're like, all right, we're not in a comfortable situation, but you're not expecting him to score from there. You're expecting Martinez to make a save or he puts it wide. And do I think Villa, Madrid, or Bayern have a slight chance for a comeback? Bayern, no. I don't think Bayern have a slight chance. Villa, yes, if they get an early goal. Because if Villa get an early goal, then all they would need is another one, and then they're right, and then they're level. Can Villa score early and then score early in the second half? So could they score in the first 20 minutes of the first half and the first 15, 20 minutes of the second half? Yes, of course. And the place is going to be rocking, and they actually have attacking players. They have X factor in the final third. When you have Watkins and you have Rodgers and you have Rashford and you have Tillemans and you have McGinn and you have Ramsey and you have Asensio, you have players who can do something in the final third. It's not like there's a lot. That's why I was so disappointed by how Villa attacked, because I expected much better from them. But they have enough quality there where you go, all right, you can do something, 110%. Digne going to get forward from the left as well. So from left back. So definitely they have a slight chance. Madrid, the same. I'll go one further with Madrid. I think if they score inside the first 15 minutes, they win the tie. That's how highly I rate Madrid. But do I think they score inside the first 15 minutes? No. I think they win the game, but I think they go out. I think 3 goals is way, way, way too much. I think they win something like 2-0 or 2-1. But if they score inside the first 15 minutes, I think it's curtains for Arsenal. Because if they score inside the first 15 minutes, I would expect them to score before the half is out. And then if they're 2-0 at halftime, hard to play for. It's all to. We know what the Bernabeu's like. We know what it's like. But Arsenal are very, very, very good defensively. But I expect Madrid to be much better offensively. As good as Arsenal are defensively. But they do have a slight chance, yes. Big up nephew says, big up, said this to all my boys. Them 3 goals were quality. Didn't really create proper chances aside them 3 goals. Tough ask now. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There weren't too many chances where you go, oh, they should have scored there. So, yeah. Our attack versus Lyon's defense, who wins? Well, if Lyon's defense is anything like Real Sociedad's defense, our attack. But do I trust our attack? If they have any form of defensive quality, any form of defensive nous? No, I do not. But I am hearing that because Mons picked us to win this game based off that. He was like, your attack's not good, but like your attack wasn't good against Sociedad, but Sociedad are that bad. So we'll soon find out. We will soon find out. Yeah, in a corner screamer. In my opinion, Villa have to rotate the whole lineup on Saturday and get their strong squad ready on Tuesday. Who do they actually have on the weekend? Be interesting to see what team he does pick, because they are still fighting for top 5. They play Southampton away. Yeah, rotate. Southampton away, rotate 110%. I'm looking at Villa are currently 7th, but they're only 2 points off Chelsea in 4th. They're only 6 points off Forest in 3rd. So yeah, you'd expect you could end the weekend in 4th if other results go your way. And 3 points off Forest. Who Forest got on the weekend? You actually find out. Who Forest actually got? You actually do some due diligence. So Forest got Everton. I think Forest will be Everton. Chelsea they're playing Legia Warsaw win, 45 minutes, but they got Ipswich Town at home. I think Chelsea and Forest both win. Newcastle got us. Fuck. They probably win. City got Palace. I don't think it's guaranteed that City beat Palace. However, Forest, Chelsea, Newcastle, City all winning is highly unlikely, simply because of how inconsistent this top 4 race has been. So even though I've said Forest, yeah, I think that Forest versus Everton, you would fancy Forest. Chelsea versus Ipswich, you would fancy Chelsea. Newcastle versus Manchester United, you would fancy Newcastle United. City versus Palace, even though Palace have been a bogey side for them, you would expect City, but I don't think so. I don't think all four of them do that. I'm not going to lie, Lyon's defense is kind of open. This is what I've been hearing. Apart from Steve was the only one who, when I told him about what Kaneki said, he was like, that's the first time he's heard some form of copium from Kaneki. So he rates France. But then again, he a Liga merchant. So of course he is, because that's his league. So he's going to back that. You know what he's like. He's like, he gonna back that. Like, he's been backing PSG. So I told you about the quality of PSG. You tried to tell me about the quality of Luton, mate. But here we are. H says, I better see this lineup. Martinez, Garcia, Disasi, Mings, Matson, Onana, Yori Tillemans, Marlon Asensio, Ramsey, Rashford. Is this for the Southampton game or is this PSG? Surely you start Watkins. Surely. Or am I mistaken? Like I said, H, let me know. Big up to Mum Spaghetti. Fire username as always. Matic 40-yard banger against Onana. We will be there. It's set up for something like that. After him talking, and I said this from a football fan perspective, I loved it. I love what Onana said. I love Matic's reply. I love the shamelessness of Onana's response. However, from a Manchester United fan, no. Look at where we are in the league. We are 13th. We haven't won back-to-back games all season long in the Premier League. You statistically, like Mike said, been one of the worst goalkeepers. And the eye test, you've been one of the worst goalkeepers. You are a part of one of the worst defenses and just worst Manchester United teams overall. Literally, our manager just got sacked. We literally just had our worst ever Champions League campaign last season. We had our worst ever Premier League campaign last season. And we're set to have to break that record and have our worst ever Premier League campaign this season. And you here talking, shut up. Talk like Delo spoke. Talk like Kvaratskhelia spoke. Like Morgan Rogers spoke. That's all you have to do is just give the generic answers. That's it. We don't need no more doing extras. So yeah, this is all set for Onana to make a mistake. And whether it's the leg today or whether it's the second leg, he's costing us. It's been a minute. It has been a minute. It really has. It really has been a minute. Yeah, man. Man always want to forget about that. That's why I don't brag about being right. Because I know there's things that got wrong. But too many people in the space want to brag about what they but quiet when they're wrong. Quiet when they were adamant about something. Because we all get things wrong. That's cool. But when they're adamant about something and we'll argue it out, and then it turns out to be wrong, and it's like, I don't want to mention it. I think it's Southampton since Garcia is not registered in the Champions League. Fairs. Oh, that's for Saints. Okay. All right, Fairs. I was thinking, where's Watkins? So yeah, let me go through it. So Martinez, Garcia, Disasi, Mings, Matson, Fairs, Onana. You know what? I'd run the risk and start Onana in the PSG game. Because I think their midfield, you can pace and power their midfield. And there was one time Onana picked up the ball and drove past and drove towards the PSG box. However, on the flip side, I know he has got a long-term injury as well. Onana, Yori Tillemans, Marlon, Asensio, Ramsey, Rashford. Yeah, it makes sense. I hear that. So you would probably, for PSG would be Martinez, Cash, Konza, Pau Torres, Digne, Kamara, Yori, McGinn. I thought McGinn played well. Rogers, Ramsey / Rashi, Watkins up front. Fez. It's tough because you got options. It's like, how do you get Kamara, Tillemans, McGinn, Rogers, Onana all in one team? You can't. So it's like, who do you sacrifice? Because you want to play Kamara. Do you drop Kamara play well? But do you drop him and go with Onana in there with a bit more pace and power? And then Tillemans with McGinn. But then you want Rogers central as well. It's tough. It's very, very tough. But I thought McGinn played well, to be honest. Paul McGinn did play well. Obviously, Watkins up top. Ramsey or Rashford. Yeah. It's tough. It is. It really is. If you want to do that, drop Ramsey or Rashi. Put Morgs left side. McGinn right side. Yori 10. Want to do that. Drop Ramsey or Rashi. Put Morgs left side. Maybe you put, Morgan. I think you do. I think you do that. I think you put Morgan. Yeah. I think that's better. You put Morgan Rogers left side, McGinn right. Yeah. And then you can play Yori, Onana, and Kamara. I would go with that. And then you have Rashford off the bench. You have Asensio off the bench. And obviously with this, you got Watkins as well. I'd go with that, personally, rather than try and play on the break. That's why I wanted to see first leg with Onana, Kamara, double pivot. But like you mentioned, Onana just come back from injury. So I get why he wouldn't play him in that. Because I think the aim should be to get on the ball more. And I think PSG will give you the ball. I think they will now say, okay, we're 3-1 up. We'll give you the ball. We'll hit you on the counter attack. And I'd like, was it Morgan Rogers who said it? You got nothing to lose. That's why I play the more technical players rather than the more pace and play. I wouldn't play Rashford, for example, or a Ramsey. But yeah, I hear it. Like with that, it is. And Ryan's short, man. And hey, Ryan, stop messaging Savage. How about that? You know what I'm saying? Stay out of her DMs. That's my people's. Leave her alone, man. Stop bothering Savage, you idiot. How about that? Fucking stupid guy, man. Stop bothering her. Jesus Christ. PSG's midfield is an engine, but I would have started Onana in the second leg. Yeah, again, he's been out for like 3 months. You don't want him doing all that off the ball work. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you heard what I said. This guy, man, is messaging the woman, man. Leave her alone. Idiot guy, man. I ain't gonna say the screenshot that she sent me. I'd rather not see it, but each to their own. Fucking wild. Big up to Spaghetti. Says this is what happens when your fans allow PR to brainwash them. Your players give the big one fighting talk and PR, and your fans are like, look at him, he cares for the budge, cares for the badge, cares for the club. Here's the thing is with that, I don't pay attention whatsoever to pre-match or post-match outside really maybe of like what a manager said if we've lost the game, because I like to try and figure out how he's thinking and his thought process. But in regards to build-up, this is why I've never on this one's channel been done like a pre-match press conference review. Like, oh, what's Amarim said or what's the plan? The manager to an extent, yeah, players I really couldn't care less. Go out there and play. If Onana goes out tonight and balls out and we win the game or we draw and he's mad at the match, what he said won't matter. Now, if he goes out there and makes some mistakes, what he says matters because you've added to this now. Because you would have already been under pressure if you would have made a terrible mistake anyway. But now you've just added more fuel to the fire. You have put more pressure on your back. And the thing is, you have been performing to a decent level. You know what I'm saying? You have been performing to a decent level. Put it out. Why? Why have you added more pressure to yourself? You was not in the clear, but the spotlight really wasn't on you. It was like this. There was no spotlight on you. It was dark. And then you just did this shit. You know what I'm saying? I won't even do the Halo thing, but yeah, you just did this shit. Just spotlight. I'm saying you telling a horror story. You know what I'm saying? Once upon a time shit. What's wrong with you? Idiot guy, man. You know what I'm saying? Why? That's why I don't get with all that. Why? You have nothing to gain, and you see by Matic's response, and Matic is like supremely like just chilled and just like passive when it comes to off the field stuff. I don't ever remember a Matic quote ever. When he was at Chelsea, when he was at Manchester United, when he was at, did he go to Roma with? I think he went to Roma as well. When he was at Roma, when he's played for Serbia, he's been involved in big games as well. This guy's won Premier Leagues. I believe has he won a Champions League? But he's won Premier Leagues. I think he's won the Champions League. He's got an FA Cup as well. This guy never says anything. And you've made the most like just chilled out passive guy like speak up. Like how are you talking? What? And then reports come out saying the LYON team have put his quotes on the board. Why are you giving them more ammo? Knowing they're already up for the game anyway. It's a Europa League semi-final place at stake. Bear in mind, this is a team that has never won a European trophy. Bear in mind, this is a team who are performing well. Bear in mind, Manchester United are coming to town. It is Manchester United in name only, but we're still a big scalp. I said this before, attendance is still good. That place is sold out. The place going to be rocking, attendance going to be full. We're one of those clubs. There's us, it's a Real Madrid type, it's Barcelona. There's a few teams in Europe where if they come to town, it's like, all right, the place is sold out. As bad as we've been. This is why we can go to any continent on the globe, any country on the globe and sell out. Whether it's in the UK, whether it's anywhere in Europe, whether it's North America, whether it's South America, whether it's Asia, whether it's the Caribbean, whether it's Africa, we're a needle mover as a team. People are like, that's why we sell out everywhere. Never hear Manchester United struggle to sell out a stadium to a preseason tour. You know what I'm saying? And you just added why? Fucking why? Why? Just needless, man. Absolutely needless. What's wrong with you? Needless. Big up to Omar as well, man. Big up to Omar. All blessed for the rage, you already know, man. You lot make sure you subscribe to Omar B. Yeah, because he's a slag, man. He's a slag. Notice I said what I said and he ignored me. Notice that. Hey, big up Dante, man. Every single time. Big up, man. Big up, big up. You lot continue to get your questions in as well. Hey, you know what? Tired of this guy. Let me time him out. Hold up. Just chatting rubbish in the chat. I'm going to time him out myself. Hold up. There we go. Tired of this guy chatting rubbish. This is the same guy who said Arteta is a special manager and is going to win the league. Well, here we are. Yeah, our youth cup game made me realize your support bought a 1K down there for a youth cup game. This is what I'm saying. And what was that under 18s? Youth cup game. And we took 1K to Birmingham. There's teams in like non-league that probably don't get 1K. Or the tier below non-league, should I say. Like, actually, if I Google this, like, what's the lowest, like, 1 second. Lowest non-league attendance. Let me see this. Like, people don't realize the juggernaut that Manchester United are, even though we're terrible. Let's see this. So this is National League. So I'm looking here. Wait. Home attendances. See, lowest attendance was, you've got Hartlepool had 924. This was literally last month, the 4th of March. Gateshead had 723. Braintree Town had 748. Rochdale had 805. So there was non-league sides. That don't get 1K. People won't realize that. This is Manchester United in a nutshell. They just said it there. 1K. We travel everywhere. Sell out everywhere. It's rare Manchester United don't sell out. The only place, ironically, we might not sell out is OT because the fans are tired of the shit team. But anywhere we go, the home end is packed out. Whether it's Villa Park, whether it's the Emirates, wherever. When we play Newport County or whoever else. Like any non-league side. I'm telling you. Hey, big up Ed every single time. Big up. Large up to Ed. Let's see what else you lot are saying in the chat. But continue to get your questions in. But yeah, in regards to Onana, why? I already thought you was due a mistake anyway. Because it's been a minute. I can't remember what's the last mistake Onana made that cost us a goal? It's been a strong minute, actually. We actually look at our fixtures. So I can't remember the last goal we conceded where it's like, oh, Onana was like majorly at fault. Like, yes, he makes mistakes, but I'm talking about cost us a goal. City, Forest, Leicester, we got a clean sheet. Sociedad, he was fine. The Arsenal, no. The Sociedad was a penalty. Fulham, nah. Probably Ipswich, you could argue. The Ipswich one? Was it the miscommunication with Dogu? And that was the 26th of February. Yeah, probably Ipswich. So you're due. Because the 26th of Feb, so that means you went March, the whole of March, even though it was international break, and now some of April without making a mistake. Yeah, it's going to be a Matic banger as well, man. Matic going to, and it's not even going to be like a banger. It's going to be like a poor shot, and it's going to go in, like he'll let it roll through his legs or some rubbish like that. You already know. You're going to make time for watch-alongs in the Unity Cup, a.k.a. Does that? That's the thing with Nigeria, Ghana, Trinidad, and Jamaica. Maybe it depends on dates. I can't lie because I'm not really too interested in it. It doesn't move me, but it depends on dates. He made the error against Brighton flawless. I don't know if you remember. What was the error against Brighton? But that was before. The Brighton game was before the Ipswich game. Because we played Brighton. That was the 19th of January. Whereas we played Ipswich the 26th of Feb. He ain't played Brighton since then. So it would have been before. That's what I'm saying. Like, he's gone along without it. 27th to the 35th. Maybe. I have to decide closer to the time. I might do it. That's a strong might. I'm leaning towards nah. I really am. Maybe Onana wants to make this game interesting. Europa League, big up, by the way. Big up to Mohammed. Maybe he does, man. Ain't you like playing in like half an hour? He's like you also. We'll have to keep an eye on that, actually. I'm going to keep an eye on that. Any plans on doing the Club World Cup games off topic? Yeah, I'll probably do some Club World Cup games. Probably. Which games, I don't know. I'll decide. Again, that's when I'll decide closer to the time. Because I'm just like, yeah, maybe not. Because summer is a little bit more flexible in regards to the schedule. It's not as strict. Trial and error. With all the transfer news, because you don't want to hear about the transfer news for set teams either that day or the next day. So I'll have to move stuff around type of thing, which is what I got to do. But I'll keep some form of schedule. I just don't know what yet. But I'll talk to all my co-hosts, and you lot already know I ain't going on holiday this year, so you're going to get content all throughout the summer. So even when the season ends in May, you're going to get content all in May. Obviously, NBA playoffs don't end till it's like June. So you're going to get content all the rest of May, June, July. Over that 2 months, you get the gaming content, Mario Kart, things like that. Probably clubs you'll definitely get. Maybe WWE 2K, maybe Call of Duty. You lot can see how terrible I am. So, yeah. And then, obviously, August, we right back to it with the Premier League and everything else. Then 5 minutes from McGinn winning the ball and then Doué back in best 5 minutes I've ever had. FA Cup charge it is. I hear you, man. Trust me, nothing better than... Even though you lost, there's nothing better than being in those games and watching, especially when your team scores. Despite whether you lose the game or not, you want to be in the latter stages of the Champions League. You want to be. Like, you want to be in quarterfinals, semi-final. I can't remember the last time that we was in a quarterfinal or a semi-final of a Champions League. Even the Europa League, when we played Barcelona, like, I genuinely enjoyed the game. Genuinely enjoyed both games. Like, I was genuinely invested. And I thought I was confident because I knew we'd win the match. But it was still great to be involved in that type of game. Even the Sevilla game, even though we lost both of them. Even today. Like, I'm invested. I'm because there's still a trophy at stake. Go and do the business. Go shut me up and go shut everyone up and go win. So it is. Go win tonight. Shut everybody up. Go out to France and win. Go win 2-0, 3-0, 3-1. And get through to the semi-final. Then we get Maino back, get Ahmed back, and then who knows? It'll probably be Bilbao. That is going to be very tough, but go do the business. Go do the business. That's where I'm at. And I swear there's an early kickoff today. Europa League, not them scrubs Chelsea in the Conference League. Yeah, Bodo, Glint, Lazio. Yeah, I don't really care for that. I really need Rangers to get past Athletic Club, but we move. Flawless question. Were you surprised about Doué's performance yesterday, or you weren't, since he was impressive against Liverpool at Anfield? Every time I've watched him, he's played well. So I wasn't surprised, no. The goal surprised me because it was a banging goal, but I could already see that he's talented. You can already see he's better than Dembele and he's better than Barcola. Play him. PSG got a chance of winning if you have a chance of winning the whole competition if they play Doué and Kvaratskhelia. If those two are starting, they got a shot of winning the competition. But if he starts Dembele and Barcola, forget about it. Kind of how I look at Manchester United in this competition. If we can get Ahmad and Maino fit and they're starting, we can win this competition. But they have to be fit and they have to be starting. None of this coming off the bench. The picture I've seen of of Ahmad I think he's in the gym. Great stuff. Same with Maino. He's involved. Hopefully he's even on the bench today. I'd just give him 10 minutes. And then against Newcastle, I'd probably give him 10, 15 minutes. And then see if he can play half an hour in the second leg. We need to get him up to speed. And then same with Ahmad. Give him 10, 15 minutes here and then try get him. Because it's all hands on deck for that semi-final. Because it's probably going to be Bilbao. But we have to get past Lyon. I'm not even looking past them. Just don't lose today. That's where I'm at. Literally, just don't lose. I'm not even asking for a win, Manchester United. I'm saying just make sure the tie is alive coming back to Manchester. I said about Sociedad, but then I ended up being disappointed because we actually played better than Sociedad and they were poor, but I expect Lyon to be much better. If Lyon was poor as Sociedad, I'm not paying attention to what anybody says about European sides in the Europa League again because Sociedad were gassed up. The chat, not necessarily you lot in the chat, but the chat gassed up Sociedad. Online gassed up Sociedad. I was told about our poor record and how good they are, and we mollywhopped them. We mollywhopped Sociedad. They are, like I said, I'm still in shock now, even though the tie was like 3-4 weeks ago, how bad they were over both legs. They were horrendous. One of the worst sides to come to Old Trafford. Easily one of the worst sides to come to Old Trafford. Comfortably. Could probably argue bottom three in regards to performance-wise is what I'm talking about. I go one further, Southampton put up a better performance than them, LT. That's how poor they were. Shocking. Absolutely shocking. See what else you lot are saying as well. What stadium full of snow? What did I miss? What did I miss? What stadium full of snow? You're a joke, man. Well, continue to run up the lights. Continue to hit the subscribe button as well. Get your questions in, people. I'm going to close out in the next 15 minutes. I'm only going to do a short time on here, about an hour. So Maino's in the squad today. Let's go. He's in the squad. Zifex, he ain't fully fit because he's not played. So he's far from match fit. He might be physically ready, but he's far from match sharp. When's the last time Maino played? When did he get injured? Ain't Maino been out 2 months, so he's off. He's way off the pace. He's way off the pace. Oh, hey, see that? When you lot mentioned snow, I just thinking like that because I know what you lot are like, especially when you're talking to me. So that's why. But the fact that Maino is in the squad, give him some minutes, man. Give him some minutes. Hopefully he don't break down and get Ahmad back before the Tottenham game. And when was the Tottenham match? Hold up. And Tottenham was the 16th of February. Did he play against Leicester? Let me check. Was he even in the squad? Yeah, he played against Leicester. So the 16th of February. And it's now April. So he's been out a long, long, long time. Is it not the game he played in the 10? Yeah, we patterned it. Yeah, 16th of February. A long, long time ago. What's this? What did I miss? Let me see this Warrior J. It's going to be something Zonana said something else. Not against Leicester. He played against Fulham. No, he did play against Leicester, but not the league game. The FA Cup game. He played. I just checked it now. The 2-1 in the 7th of February, he played in that. What have you heard me here there? Let's see. I'm just checking what Warrior J sent me as well. And of course, don't forget the Lyon Manchester United watch along will be here on the YouTube and on the playback as well. So dual streamed. And then obviously you'll get a match reaction. And then I got the show with the gubernatorial done himself, Vega, United City show tonight. That'll be, I think it's 11 p.m. Yeah, 11 p.m. UK time. All these are on the schedule anyway. Everything is on the YouTube schedule. Everything's on the playback schedule as well. What's this? Oh, geez. There is a lot of snow, like the weather, like actual snow people, not white females. Jesus. What team do I want to see? Fuck, that's a great question. Who's even there? Heaven's available, right? So it's going to be just play Onana because, I'd rather not, but I'll actually go buy in there. I'd drop him for chatting shit. So buy in there we go. This is the team I want to see. Maz, Euro, Heaven. That'd be my back three. Wing backs. Dorgu. Play Garnacho right wing back. I'm fucking tired of this guy. Garnacho right wing back. Casemiro. Collier. And then the 10s. Fuck, our team is so shit, yo. Bruno, Eriksson, Xerxes. That's what I'd go with. Bruno right-sided 10. Xerxes left-sided 10. And then, no, sorry. Ericsson left-sided 10. Bruno right-sided 10. Xerxes up top. Yeah, I play Heaven. Absolutely. Is he not in the squad? Is Heaven not in the squad? Fuck. I'm just not trying to play Maguire. Yeah, man. Team is so bad. I'm just thinking about like the options. Take out a couple players and it just looks fucking dreadful. Is Heaven not available? What other centre backs we got? Because Delit's injured. Who got Evans is injured. Who can we play there? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Hey, most people's teams, like in the top 8, just walk into our team. I don't even know. Who we got centre? You lot let me know. Who we got centre back wise? Is Lindelof there? Just play Lindelof then. Just put Lindelof, Euromaz. There you go. Just run that. Yeah, Lindelof, Euromaz. There you go. That's the 3. You could put Euro left, Lindelof central, Maz right, or you can put Maz left, Euro right, whichever. I wouldn't throw the Conconki you into this. No doubt. Like if you would have played the game beforehand, I hear it. Don't throw him in here now. Nah. Trying to set man up to fail. And I don't even know what he is. Like, is he left-footed? Is he right-footed? Like, what would he best be fitted for? So, yeah. The Let's injured demo. The Let's injured. Where's my wall? Oh, shit. Yeah. The Let's injured. Would you rather Euro versus Turkey or Maz versus Turkey? Oh, is he left-footed, Kakonki? Oh, play him then. Fuck it. Yeah. Would you rather Euro versus Turkey or Maz? Maz. I trust Maz one-on-one versus anybody. Trust him. Like, he might get done, but I trust him to keep him quiet. I trust Maz as much as I trust myself defending one-on-one on pro clubs. Well, on clubs, you're going to get done. It's going to happen. It's like in basketball, like, keeping someone quiet, they're still going to hit shots. They still going to hit 3-4 shots. They're going to have 12, 15 points, but it's about limiting them. And I trust Maz to limit anybody he's playing against. Much play is much better than Turkey. Whoever the best winger is you think is in Europe, I play Maz on that side. So just in general, I trust him against anyone. If we were playing Barcelona, I'd be like, all right, whether he was on Rafinha's side or Yamal's side, I trust him type of thing. That's where I'm at. Oh yeah, Shaw's. Yeah, you know what? Shaw. You know what? Yeah, I'd rather see Shaw than Lindelof, to be honest. Hamas, Dalot, Dorgu, Kamasin, Kakonki, Lindelof, Maguire, Maz, Shaw, Euro. Yeah, just know Maguire, man. Oh, Hamas at wing back. I mean, Hamas is there. I play Hamas at right wing back. Just drop Garnacho altogether, to be honest. That's the change in my team I'd want to see. Flawless. Would you just go through over the 2 legs? It's tough because I don't know anything about Lyon Dunsey. I've not watched them at all. It's not like a Sociedad where I watched a little bit or a Galatasaray where I watched a little bit and I have some information to go off. I have nothing to go off of Lyon. Nothing. I've not watched them in the Europa League. I've not watched them in League On. Nothing. I have the very little knowledge of what to expect. Again, there'll be pace and power, yes. I think they'll play at a quick tempo also, yes. I expect them to be cutthroat and be at Manchester United from the go. I expect the stadium to be rocking. However, I said all this about Sociedad and it was the complete opposite. But they are a better side than Sociedad when you look at where they are in their league and the players they have. So I expect them to be, like I said, much better, and I expect them to put United under pressure. And we just got to survive. Just survive. Just don't lose. I can better answer that once we play them. Yeah. You could be surprised on how open Lyon is at the back. People keep saying this about Lyon at the back. People keep saying this. Fabrizio Romano, Dejan Houston's contract at Bournemouth includes a 50 million release clause. The clause is 100% confirmed as revealed in January. It will be valid from summer 2025. Would you take Holson? Nah, I'm good on Holson, you know. I rate him, but I'm good on Holson, to be honest. Because I don't look at centre back as a priority. I think it's something we can. It's a place we cannot buy for as of right now. So I don't really concern about that. With Heaven, with Martinez as left-sided centre backs, Lindelof might leave, but with De Ligt, Euro, Maz, you throw one more in there, maybe a youth player, I go, okay, cool. That's cool for a season. We got other areas. Goalkeeper, 2 central midfielders, 10s, strikers. Notice I said all those things outside of the goalkeeper. Pluralized. Midfielders. Not midfielder. Midfielders. 2 minimum. 10s. No 1, 2 minimum. Starter 1, maybe a backup 1. Strikers. For example, we need strikers. All this talk about whether it's Onana or Delap. No, Onana, sorry. Osherman or Delap. Strikers. We need them both. Have the option to play them together. Because we've seen this manager do that already, where he's changed it up and we played a 10 and it's been 2 strikers. Play him. Like we've seen Rashford play with Zirkzee. Everything was the Everton game. It was like a false 9, but then it was like 2 forwards. So we'll see. But yeah, Holson, no. Not that I don't rate him, by the way. I think he's a good centre-back from what I've seen. I think he is a good centre-back. Oh yeah, Maz is quality defensively, 100%. Definitely quality. I think Cherky plays Euro side. Because Cherky plays from the left, right? So it depends if he puts Euro or Maz over there. Because he might play, because he switched it. One of the games recently, I can't remember which one, Euro, it might have been the last game, Euro started as the left-sided centre-back. And then Maz started as the right-sided centre-back, and then they switched. Because they're both capable of playing either side. So yeah, we'll see what's what. Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, Newcastle, Spurs have all met Holson's representatives ahead of a decision being made on the 19-year-old centre-back future. Bournemouth and player wants swift outcome. That's from The Athletic. So he's going to get his move then. He's 19. He's 9. Yeah. We already Euro's 19. He's 19. Is this his first full season in the Prem? I swear it is. Let me actually check. Let me actually have a look. 1 second. Let me see. So he played 25 games so far in the league this season. I'm always skeptical of one-season players as well in the Premier League. Yeah, he's been here 1 year. Always skeptical. Always the same with Delap. Always skeptical. Sangara and Axel, is that Tapper, are also of serious interest to Manchester United from Sully Talks. I have no idea who either of them are, to be honest. Manchester United have held meetings with Kamara's agents in recent days and are now pushing to sign him. Is that the Argentinian you? No, South American. Is that who we've been linked with? Kamara goes on to say Jadon Sancho looks likely to return to Manchester United initially in the summer, and Chelsea are exploring options that can bolster their attack. That's from Simon Jones at Mail Sport. I believe it when I see it. I think they sign him. I think they sign him. But if they don't, we get the 5 million and then move him on. 5 million for nothing. And then we go get 25 elsewhere and then stay. Well, I think Sancho will be gone regardless. I don't worry about getting rid of him even if he does come back, which I don't think he will. He's the PSG captain under 18s, I think. Umar Kamara. Yes. Well, see, like I said, I take all transfer news with a pinch of salt. Until there's an official bid made or personal terms have actually been offered, because they're going to link Manchester United to everyone. Everyone knows we need players. Manchester United are going to get linked to everyone. We've seen it already. We've been linked to Osherman, Delap, Cunha, Semenyo, Diblin. These 2 players, Sangara, Tape, Kamara. That's 8 players of the top. But that's just 8 players right now. 8 players we've been linked to. And there'll be more. 110% there'll be more. There'll definitely be more. See what else you lot are saying. Last few minutes, people. Last 5 to 10 minutes before we do indeed close out. might actually go early on the playback. And do I really want to watch that Chelsea game? I might start and watch the second half, people. I'm not going to lie. Maybe I do. Maybe that's what I do. But do I really want to watch Chelsea versus Legio also? Might just put it on in the background. That might be the vibe. That Bodo Glint. I don't want to watch Bodo Glint Lazio. Steve's Lazio, right? Steve Lazio. All right, let's go Bodo Glint. Yeah, man. You got linked to Grealish every summer when he was there. Bro, yes, watch it. That Legio atmosphere is effed. I hear you. Manchester United have sent scouts to watch Rodrigo Mora in action for Paul. They've reportedly attended the Dragons' latest 2 clashes against, I can't pronounce that team, in Benfica. See? That's 9. 9 players we've just named in the past 2 minutes Manchester United have been linked to. And I bet if I type in Manchester United transfer rumors on Google or I go on Twitter, there's more. 9 players. We're not going to sign 9 players. How much money would that be? Hey, in the rules, I'm with you. You spot on. We should be shopping in France. All that pace and power over there, yes. The amount of quality that Claire Fontaine has produced, for those that don't know, that's the French academy that produces all these ballers. Why not? Why would you not? Why are we not just posted up with scouts watching League On week in, week out? Maybe we are. Maybe we do have scouts over there. But we should. All that pace and power, man, is needed. I'm telling you. And this don't surprise me, Kamalo, as bad as he is. Like, word to Pops, shout out Beijing Reds TV. Every pot has a cover. Juventus are very interested in signing Rasmus Højlund. Exploratory talks have taken place to understand if a potential move this summer is feasible. Can't say that again, but yeah, people, exploratory. Happy, over the moon with this. Have Juventus got any players we can kind of swap? They got anyone worth taking? Because it's going to be tough to move him on, but can we do a local swap deal or something like that? But I swear Atalanta were interested. Not Atalanta. Well, Napoli interested in him as well. So maybe do that and get a swap deal for Osimhen. But I don't know who Juventus have. Let me have a look at their lineup. Vlahovic, there's gone. Thuram, Locatelli. They ain't got anyone who sticks out. I know Koopman is decent, but I ain't watched him like that. Douglas Luiz, nah. Big up, Vudge. Would it be annoying if they sack your manager if he wins the trophy? Just asking. No, it wouldn't be. Managers got to perform better. You perform poorly and you get sacked. I'm not going to be mad about it. Same way if a player performs poorly and gets criticized, I'm not mad about it. I'm really not. I think Lewis is live, you lot, so we're going to redirect over to Lewis because he's doing a watch-along for this Chelsea Legia. Is it Legio? Legio Warsaw, people. Watch along, so just put Sarcasm City TV raid in his chat. Continue to run up the likes, hit the subscribe button. I'll definitely be live on the YouTube hour before kickoff, so 7 p.m. UK time. I will be live from 7 p.m. UK time. I'll be live from early, hour before, with all Manchester United games, live here on the YouTube. Also live on the playback as well. So make sure you go to www.playback.tv/sarcasmcitytv. That's www.playback.tv/sarcasmcitytv, or just download the playback app from your app store, people. And the same way you watch and comment on YouTube, the exact same on playback. Road to 1,500 followers over there. It's where you get Champions League, Europa League, Premier League, NBA, Formula One, boxing, UFC, all those watch-alongs over there on the playback. So if you are a supporter of Sarcasm City TV and you're not on the playback, you are not getting the full city experience, people. You're only in like half the city. Go explore the rest of the city. I don't just stay in this half of the city. Go to the rest of the city over on the playback. Like I said, Premier League, Champions League, Europa League, NBA content all over there as well. Playoffs is coming up soon. I need to reach out to everyone as well and get some courtside commentary podcasts up and running, so everyone can make their predictions. There'll also be a fan calling show as well for all the NBA fans as well. Every time UFC gets mentioned, Lakers in 5. What is it? KFC, UFC, ABC, Lakers in 5. Yeah. I already know. Well, let's see. Manchester United legend Gary Neville has stepped in to raise money for former players after owner Jim Ratcliffe pulled the plug on the funding. Let them sort that out, man. Those rich people problems. But all right, let me send you lot over to Lewis anyway, people. We are indeed going to close out. So let me do that. I'll be back live in about just under 1 hour and 30 minutes, people. Just under 1 hour and 30 minutes. for that LYON Manchester United game as well. So yeah, let me send you over to Lewis, Sarcasm City TV raid in the chat. And this has been a Sarcasm City Sports Q&A solo edition live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Thank you very much for tuning in.